Oh, we are live.
We're alive.
Uh,
Almost.
all right. Go comments on.
Audio here off. Invite people. Invite friends to watch. I'm not going to invite you, Josh. Him, Jason.
Best friend.
I think Ian Taylor's up. Probably not. Tommy, Andrew, Matt, Norton. Maybe we'll pop in.
Especially if you're going to be working on a surfer.
Yeah. Benjamin, Rusty, Josh. All right. Give it a few minutes for people to tune in. Yeah, I had an interesting chat with our glorious leader earlier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which gave me an idea for a conversation piece.
Nice.
But,
good for Bear.
We'll go. Some people hop on before we get on this. But essentially what it is, he was chatting up some people in EPAC or on EPAC or whatever that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
As to how they value sketch cards.
Right.
And what are the three drivers? They said number one is...
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you care to take a guess what the top three drivers are for a sketch card?
What the top three what?
Drivers. What makes somebody pick one sketch card over another?
Well, it'd be character, right?
Character is number two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Name of the artist.
That's number one. And number three was a surprise for me. You guys want to?
Is it whether it was painted or not?
Nope. Amanda says number one driver, be Bullseye. So Amanda's a character chaser, as you would see. So the number three was the detail of the background.
Oh, background, yeah.
Yeah, which for me is
next to impossible.
I don't
do background.
I punt the background on about half of my sketch cards because there just does not that much room, and with the timing of it, you're just like, well, we'll put in the sky, and you put in the sky and be done with it.
Well, yeah, and part of the problem is that, and this is just something that I've seen a lot of guys do, and I know that it's a big draw for collectors, but me personally, just with the way that I see things, it just seems to me sometimes to be just too busy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For such a small canvas. Now, I mean, people like busy, because they like to take a card, and I understand it in the sense that, okay, if you're gonna basically invest that much into a sketch card, however you come across it or whatever, you want to come back and revisit it and maybe have the opportunity to see something new that you didn't see before, so yeah. I mean, I get that part of things, but for the most part, it's like just a standalone piece, it tends to get real busy real quick on 2.5 by 3.5 inches. That's what you said.
And yeah, and it's the time spent.
Right.
Like, the point from before is like how much time is the artist gonna invest in the card itself? And we're not talking about APs.
No. APs, it's game on.
Yeah, that's a different story. But yeah, I found that interesting that it's the background.
Yeah, I've actually heard that before. Yeah, because I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of the guys that people really talk about, they do go heavy with their background. Sometimes I'm of the opinion that for the most part, less is more.
Yeah.
So, but that's just me because I don't want to draw backgrounds. No, I'm just kidding. That's just me in the sense that yours, you don't want to take anything away from the actual subject.
That's the part that you struggle with, because you want to make the card about the character, and at
Right.
the same time, can you tell a story? Can you try to tell a story in a 2.5 by 3.5 area? I'm not sure.
Now
But
the only thing
it does lend itself to it, and you go, oh yeah, if I just put this and this in the background, that does tell a little bit of a story. And so then I do it. But a lot of times you're just like, this is just about the character, and let's try to make this character as cool as we can make them.
Right. Yeah, no, what I do when I do backgrounds, I tend not to ink them. So you get almost that out of focus kind of a vibe with like camera. So, all right, I'm gonna set this aside because I've been thinking about it too much today. And thinking her.
Why? It looks good.
It does, but this is gonna take forever to do. This is so it's gonna be Electra.
Yeah, that's it. We kicked him out. There he is.
Phone.
I know you went.
My phone rang.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't hit the airplane mode again. So, anyways, yeah, no, she's gonna be like, there's gonna be like dead ninja falling out of the sky and big moon in the background, jumping off of a building.
You're channeling your inner Frank Miller.
Pretty much, yeah. So instead, I'm gonna go brainless with this, which will be nice to kind of unwind.
But that's not sketch either, right? That's bigger.
Yeah, this is bigger. This is 6x9. Watercolor on this.
So now, speaking of the EPAC thing and what makes a sketch card collectible and all of that stuff, I got an email from CBG or CBC or whatever those slabbers are of comics.
Yeah.
They're slabbing baseball and football cards now.
Yep.
And they're grading them and whatnot. So what would you think if they started slabbing and grading sketch cards? Then does that push us to doing our cards, submitting them, getting them slabbed and graded before we even try selling them to somebody?
That's being done already.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah. Well, and I don't know how many sketch cards are being done, but I know regular cards are being are getting slabbed. Stephen Bagley does that. But the thing is that it's a weird setup, because in order to do it, like you can send it in as a thing, but you have to be like kind of like this registered guy in order to authenticate like your signature and all that other stuff, right? Whereas like Bagley, as an example, he would be the guy that would like send you a form to fill out that says, yes, you did in fact sign that. Yes, that is in fact your deal, this, that, and the other. And yeah, I mean, for like us to get into that game, I don't think that the return's going to be, I don't think it's worth it to do it for an AP as an example.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Plus then you got to really make sure that you're keeping the card in pristine shape. You're not dinging the edges. You're not smudging anything on the back. And that's, for me anyways, that's a challenge. I try.
Yeah, that's why you gotta that's why I have that rig that I use when I do sketch cards, where it just kind of keeps it kind of contained while I
Yeah.
work on it.
Well, what I've been doing lately is this. You can see. Where I just tape up the back completely.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Collectors love tape on their cards.
What?
No, and then I take it off.
So wait a minute. Go back. Show the card again. All right. So you just put tape on the back of it.
I put a piece of paper, cut a piece of paper like business card size, and then just use the
Okay, now I got it. Okay.
right? And I could probably take this off now. And yeah, well, I tried, but I just sold this card, so. Oh, and it's got
Probably
things.
don't want to be showing that back.
Okay.
You probably don't want to be showing that back right now. There you go. That's better. Well, I hadn't thought about that. So, because my backs get all messed up. But But then I also thought that maybe collectors would like that because they get to see, I don't know, the process or what goes into all of that. Or am I wrong with that? And they'd much rather have a pristine back.
Well, somebody will comment on that, but I assume that they're pristine.
Yeah, Jonathan is saying that if he found a sketch on eBay that wasn't a slab, he'd crack it out.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, and Amanda says that PSA currently doesn't grade them for that reason. I guess she's referring to the fact that there's smudges on the back.
Yep.
Amanda, if you can confirm your statement.
Or for cracking.
Or yeah, but why would they care if people crack them, right? They got paid.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I would imagine they don't really care.
The smudging thing makes sense, though.
But I guess the bottom line is, from a collector's standpoint, having a sketch card graded at a 9.8 or a 8 point whatever doesn't really matter. What matters is that they like the sketch card, they like the artist, they like the character, that sort of thing. That's what's important. It's not so much.
Oh, that's
what it's like that. Oh my gosh, look at my sketch card. It's a 9.8.
Right.
Well,
right. But I think that's more the case with regular, whatever the other cards are, not necessarily sketch cards.
Yeah.
Like if
so Amanda says they can't verify aftermarket changes to the art. That was her point.
Right.
And I believe Amanda's very well
versed
in this.
They best not be altering my sketch card once they buy it. I don't want to hear that.
It's been done.
Well,
what?
Yeah, saying that people were having black and white sketches colored by other artists.
I like the fact that back in the day when it was like they were like true sketch cards or whatever, where it was like somebody just sketched something in pencil.
Yeah.
And then somebody would get that card and then they just erase the pencil and then sell the blank card.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because that's in some cases worth more.
Yeah, the blank card would be worth more than the actual sketch.
Because then you could go to Josh Warner and have them do a full color painting of Elektra on a 1992 or 2002 masterpieces.
Yeah, you could do that. But I'd probably just ink all the erased pencil lines.
Just get the ghost thing back. Put a little graphite on it, make a stamp. It's I guess there's all kinds of collectors, right? There's the guys that just collect it for the art, and then the guys that collect it as an investment. And they will have different, or they'll be looking for different things.
See, I wondered. I think from a sketch card perspective, though, I don't think people necessarily look at that from an investment standpoint. So maybe some people do. I don't know if that's makes much sense because the flavor of today is not necessarily going to be the flavor of tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like at some point in time, somebody's going to say, "Who's this Freddie Ian guy everybody keeps talking about?" I mean, it's just
Bad example, but I know what you mean.
it's just but you know what I'm talking about. It's just the whole idea of like, okay, yeah, this guy's real hot right now, but he's going to go by the wayside, like in however long you decide to hold on to that sketch as an investment. Now I don't think that as an example, I don't think that if you take like say, oh look, I got a Joe Jusko sketch card, that's never going to lose value, but your next
but there's also a bit of a maybe, and maybe the Jonathan probably be a good person to talk about this. Is there's a bit of a gamble because that you're making with a sketch card when you see something they really like or you think has potential. What if that person becomes famous or does break out of the sketch card world and all of a sudden it's like a cover artist or gotten whatever, right? Then just having that signature and original piece of work from that person will just skyrocket, right? Like what if you had got a Joe Jusko sketch today and then Masterpieces 92 came out a year from now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, you're assuming that this leads to anything.
Yeah, I'll silly of me.
Yeah, I mean, I can honestly say that I'm pretty confident that I will not be doing covers for Marvel at any time in the future.
Well, not with that attitude.
Well, yeah, but that's called realist.
So Jonathan is saying sketches as an investment, definitely not a thing anymore. The market is so saturated that only the very, very top, highest end ones retain value.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I mean, how many guys do we know that started when we did? And I mean, there's a lot of us, and then not to mention, there's more guys getting picked up every set. There's more. I mean, it's not like we're working on every single set that comes out. Somebody is. And not to mention all the guys that have been around for a while. And
Yeah.
when I say guys, I mean guys and gals. Not being weird about that, but
Individuals.
yes.
Well, okay, I am really struggling with this board.
Well, it is a year old.
Well, now I'm remembering why I put it away to begin with. It's store-bought gessoed masonite.
Oh,
And yeah, it's not sticking to it.
maybe you should put another coat of gesso over it.
Or yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do that, I might as well do this on watercolor paper and not deal with it. But because I'm going to have to redraw it, right?
No, not necessarily. If you put it on light enough, you should be able to see through it, right?
Yeah, or maybe I'll get some clear gesso. Do that and just give it some tooth.
Yep. Something bite into the paint.
Yeah, because this is. Well, you know what? Maybe if I use some medium. Hang on, let me try that.
What if you spray it with fixative?
Yeah, I could try that as well. I don't have any with me here, so.
Oh, I got 3 cans. You want some?
I know I got
Yeah,
one in
can
the garage. If you want me to pop over there and get it for you.
Yeah, why don't you, hop on your scooter?
All right. I'll do that.
Swing by. I'll see you in what, like 7 days?
No, because you got to talk to your border people. They won't even let me cross the border.
Oh, right. Oh,
So, Mike, did you catch Dre's live stream with Ray Racho?
I watched the first 20, 25 minutes of it today, and then work got in the way, and I had to shut it off. I didn't get a chance to get back to him.
It was everything I hoped it would be.
Really?
Absolutely. It was clear. It was hands down one of the most entertaining podcasts I ever, or the live streams I've ever listened to. Hello?
Really?
Hello?
Yeah.
So
What?
his connection was horrible, and it's really unfortunate. He kept on cutting out like every 10 seconds, and he wasn't sure if he's cutting out. So he'd say something, and then he'd say, hello.
Oh.
It's great. We're going to do it again, hopefully on a better connection. But yeah, it wasn't it was challenging.
It wasn't high in production value, but in entertainment value, it was absolutely off the hook. Because it was aside from because he's got a very, very thick accent.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to kind of you're hearing what he's saying, but you're only understanding it in the context.
Yeah.
And what was funny was that he's a bit of a talker. And he doesn't like, I mean, every time there was any dead air, like when, and it was like half a second, there was dead air. And then he'd be like, hello.
That was the connection stuff though, because we did cut out a bunch of times.
Right. But it was just funny because it got to the point where Andre was like, he'd like finish a statement or whatever and go, hello. And Andre would go, hi.
Yeah.
Well, did he enjoy himself doing it?
What's that?
Did he at least seem to be enjoying doing it?
Yeah. Like I said, I did talk to him after, and I was very glad that he did it. He actually got some inquiries out of it.
Oh,
because what he was saying is that he's pretty much not really working his normal job. He's an architect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's just plowing through commissions, and he had up on his board like 4 or 5 oversized.
And on his board at the same time. And then I think if I understood him correctly, he said that he just likes working on multiple projects at the same time.
Yeah, because he gets bored.
Yeah.
So he'll bounce around from one to the other, which is, I mean, that's great.
Yeah, it was fun because it was like a full interview, and he's like, "Oh, you got another question for me?" Oh, it was so great. And then of course you've got him going, "Hello, hello," and this is all after him trying to figure out how to make the camera work.
I saw that where we were looking at pictures of the ceiling and whatnot.
Yeah, and then you've got like the dog barking in the background and kids screaming, and it was just good stuff. Loved it.
It was good.
I was actually bummed when it was done because I was like, man, I could listen to that like all day long. I was
had to do it
at some points.
Yeah, well, I had to do it early in at 9 a.m. and then I had a call at 11 that I had to take. So
yeah,
I had to wrap it off.
No, I'm just saying that it was just that fun to listen to.
Where does he?
Was good. He's in the Philippines.
Okay.
Not Manila. He says he used to be in Manila, and I can't remember the name of the city now.
Yeah, but didn't you say you used to work in Singapore
Yeah,
and then moved back to the Philippines?
well, he said he works for a U.S. company. That was my understanding, and they kind of move him around.
Yeah.
So. Well, yeah, it was fun. It's really interesting to see his workflow, because he did talk a bit about how he works. He does do the comps separately,
Yeah.
but he doesn't show it to the buyer. He just does it for himself, and then he'll transfer. Like, he'll do the rough pencils on a piece of paper at same size, and then he'll carbon transfer it to the card when he's done,
Oh, okay.
and then. Yeah, and then re-ink it and so on. Because I asked him, like, what do you do with those comps, right? Or those concepts? He's like, nothing. Like, you could probably flip those. He says, no. And it was funny because he commented, he's like, no, the customers, they're not artists. They don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I think, send them to me, man.
Yeah, he was pretty cut and dry about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It was good. It was an interesting conversation.
No,
I also like, it's his brother and his nephew, and can't remember what the relation was with the fourth guy, because 4 of the Rothschild guys are in this.
And they're all related.
Yeah. So it's his brother, his nephew, and his cousin or something like that, or his cousin's son.
I thought it was 2 brothers,
Is it 2 brothers?
or maybe it's one brother's son. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be his nephew.
Because
like Dominic is his brother,
right? And Ken is. I thought, is Ken his nephew, or was that his other brother?
I can't remember now. But yeah, I mean, both him and Dominic have been doing it for like 6-7 years, right?
Right.
They both started off on the last Rittenhouse set, and yeah, it was interesting. It was a good chat. Too bad for the technical issues. It would have been a little smoother, but so I think it's, to your point, it's a fun watch.
Oh, it was absolutely a riot.
Well, I will make sure to view the rest of it then.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, yeah. So Jonathan says Dom and Ray are related. Helmet is Dominic's son. Yeah, so Dom and Ray are brothers, and Helmet is Ray's nephew. And then the other one is Ken, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Oh, Norton has popped in. Let's see if he'll stick around.
Norton. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. Or if he's just gonna ghost.
Yeah, he's totally just what is that term? Creeping or whatever.
Creeper. He's just a creeper.
He's just a creeper.
Did you guys listen to the podcast
Today?
Marvel Card Collectors podcast? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the today one. I just listened yesterday to the Marvel Masterpiece premiere one, but I haven't gotten to the latest one.
Yeah, it was good. I listen to them Thursday mornings on my drive in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm usually right up to date with everything. It was really good. They had one of the, what's the guy's title? Like production director from Upper Deck. And
Yeah, he was
him,
a best friend of the president.
Yeah, of the CEO. They go way back in high school, and he's the one that's kind of responsible for Premiere, right?
Yeah.
Or a lot of the components of Premiere.
Oh, really? Cool.
premiering
Yeah.
and brought back masterpieces.
Yeah, him and the president at Upper Deck worked to get Jusko back on, because it's, if you haven't heard the episode where they interviewed the president.
Yeah, I did listen to that one.
Yeah, and they said that it took like 4 years to get masterpieces. 2012.
16. No, not 6. Was this? Wait, what was that?
16? The Jusko one. 16.
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
But that was supposed to come out in 2012 for the 20th anniversary.
Like this?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, so that one came out in 2016, but they were hoping, or they were trying to get it done for 2012 for the 20th anniversary. It just took a while to get all the agreements in place, and one of the things they said, like, Jusko felt that he was rushed on the original set, and he wasn't necessarily happy with, not necessarily happy, he didn't feel that he put out his best work, so he said he'll do it, but he just needs to get the time to do it. So yeah, it took like 4 years to put it together.
Well, yeah, but because what would you do if Upper Deck came to you and said, "Okay, I need you to paint 135 cards"? Like, how long? It's got to take you years to do that. I can't imagine if you could even do it in a year.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta, not at the speed I work. You're like, okay, we'll get it by 2037. But I mean, if you think of it like, let's say it takes you a week to do a painting, like 16 by 24, or whatever their final size is.
Yeah, and even
that's over 2 years.
I think a week. I think a week for one of those paintings is that's being awfully generous, in the sense that I think it'll take probably closer to 2 to 3. Now, that being said, probably working on, different stages of different paintings at the same time. So like maybe within a month you get maybe 2 done.
You'd have to go a lot faster than that.
Yeah, and clear out your schedule, right? Like, not to do anything else.
Right.
So
Unless you're really darn good, which is yeah,
maybe why Joe Jusko does it.
Right.
Why Columbo did it. Simone, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are pretty good.
They're all right. Yeah.
They're all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I gotta tell you, I'm kind of digging what I'm seeing from the new set coming out.
Yeah.
It just feels
table is awesome.
Way more. It just feels very organic and real, And I know, some people are not, it's not necessarily their bag, but it just kind of, it actually feels like somebody, just, I don't know, kind of like I said before, I think it kind of brings me back to like the Alex Ross thing, where it just feels like real people in the costumes, Not to mention, like, I like to see some of that brushwork and stuff,
It's a style, right? It's just the way it works. It's like some of this other stuff, like his Magic the Gathering stuff, or some of the book covers. Some of it are very smooth, very blended.
Yeah.
Like, like Julie or Boris, and then some of it is very very organic.
Right. Where you can see the strokes, you can see the patterns of the lighting. I don't know. That's the kind of stuff I kind of dig.
Yeah, I know, it looks good. I hope they do an art book of it.
Oh, they got to, because just reading his Instagram posts and just the insight that he gives to even on just a quick Instagram post, I can imagine the insight that he would give on the pieces if they gave him a book.
Yeah. Can you imagine working on a set like that for like 2 years or whatever time it is, and you can't say anything about it?
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like, I haven't seen your work. You haven't been posting anything. You been doing anything?
No.
it's got to be a huge giveaway too.
Yeah, when you see one of these guys just kind of disappear off the map.
Yeah.
Well, I think there was speculation with Fred Ian as well, because he kind of went quiet for a bit there. And then some people are like, oh, I bet it's Fred Ian. It's like, I don't know. Look at the signature. That doesn't say Fred. But
Yeah, I think that Fred he's probably got his hands full in general, but I don't think he's doing a whole lot of like, insert cards, because he's there's very few, he'll post an AP or something, and it's like, and then that's it, just one,
yeah. Well, I mean, he does book covers and whatnot, right? So,
right.
So, Michael, why did you start over? You change your mind about working on that other thing?
I changed. You guys talked me out of it.
Peer pressure.
So
You're
I
welcome.
played it safe.
Better safe than sorry.
Exactly. So
Is that but was that a commission, or was that just something you
just who was it? Ray on the group site on Facebook,
had
the one that said Archangel or Havoc, and I was like, you know what? I haven't drawn an Archangel in like forever, so I was like, well, let's just do that.
Tommy's a big Archangel fan.
I don't think I've ever done Archangel.
You should make sure you include one in the next Marvel project for Upper Deck.
I don't want to offend the Archangel fans, but I just usually don't draw him that much because I was just horrified with when they created him. I was like, well, they took a perfectly good character in the Angel and made him into this thing. So I was not on board with that, and I guess I'm still not on board with that.
Tainted.
But
Taking it too personal.
I'm just a bitter old guy that all of my characters of my youth are now gone, changed, altered.
Yeah, I hated what they did with Beast when they gave him blue hair. Way to date yourself, pal.
Remember we only had 4 colors? That was the good times.
Oh yeah, remember when they had to turn the Hulk green because gray was too hard to print? Hello?
Yes. Hello.
You're such an ass.
Hello. I didn't know if there was too much to add to that after that. So
that is straight up probably would be the best drinking game, is just watch that stream, and every time Ray says hello, you got to take a drink.
You'd be out pretty fast.
Yeah, oh yeah. You wouldn't finish the live stream, that's for sure.
Okay, so who's watching? Sound off if you're still watching. Say hello.
Say hello. Hello. What do we have here? Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever
since anybody, yeah, talented family. That's Well, at least here on the Book of Face. What else are you streaming on? Are you back on the YouTube again, or?
Yeah, because I put the link on Instagram,
Right.
and so I said, go youtube.com/Dre Studios, and it's there, so it's easier to find. But yeah, I still need to give Twitch another run for its money. See what happens there. Okay. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do here is, after I finish Galactus's face, which is what's going to happen on this stream, I'm going to get some clear gesso and redo it, because this is not working. I think maybe this is for oil. It's like drawing on glass.
Yeah.
Is that just pencil on there?
Yeah. And the pencil fits nicely.
I know, it looks great. That face is awesome.
Thank you. I mean, as long as I don't lose on the drawing, I'll be able to salvage it if I need to go over it. But I'm just worried, like, how many coats I'm gonna need to do to get a solid surface on this thing.
Yeah.
So I thought you're not gonna do outlines on the watercolor piece there, Josh.
Well, that was that last one. This one, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I basically did the underdrawing in just red marker. So
yeah,
theoretically, when I get done, a lot of that'll be covered up. Or it won't, especially after I come in with an ink wash. So, or at least that's kind of the hope. But if, like I said, I decided that, I was going to go pretty mindless on this and just jam,
just let the magic happen.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't call it magic, but it's like free writing, so to speak.
Okay.
Just kind of making it up as I go along. No real plan set forth on this. Just trying to, hi Steph. Just trying to take a break from the other piece. I started on that last night and started getting really psyched about it. And I was like, yeah, I got to put this away before I'm up until like 6 a.m.
I thought that was your normal hours.
No, it's usually around 2 or 3.
Is that like on a regular basis?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't get much sleep. Especially now, with with everybody being home all the time. It's I kind of got backup, and of course it's summer, so it's not like I got to get up to get the kid to school. And then so it's like the quiet time in the house is when everybody else is asleep.
Right.
So not that I can't lock myself in my office and it be quiet, but there's always some drama. Just like as an example, like today, I had to go up to the post office, send some stuff out, and then came home and kind of started working on that thing, and then the guys came by to do the weed and feed, the lawn care, the fertilizing my lawn and stuff. And then they turn around and say we got like some weird bug that eats our grass or something. So that had to be dealt with. And, you know, there's just during business hours, people are doing business, and which means I have to engage with them.
Then you're up all night. Makes
What,
sense.
last night? No, I was up
No,
until
exactly. You're up.
last night. I think it was 3.
Jeez.
Might have been 4. But,
So we have some topics to talk prepared, right?
oh yeah, you know what? And I actually, well, so you guys want to hear about last weekend for me?
Sure.
Oh, this is a great story. So like so my daughter is like coming up on the teenage years here, and we have like a small ranch, and it's just one bathroom, which is absolutely brutal when you're dealing with a teenage girl. So, we're now putting a new bathroom in the house, but it's going in where our walk-in closet is. So in order to build the bathroom there, you have to build a closet. Now with our model, there's like you have the option to have a master bath.
Yeah.
We decided that we'd rather just have the walk-in closet, because at the time it was just 2 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, now we need the extra bathroom. So there's like this alcove that's in the master bedroom, which is, in other models, other houses, this model is the closet. So I had to turn that into the closet, right? Which means I got to take all of the stuff out of the old closet and build up this, rack system, shelving unit, and so on and so forth. And I just took the stuff that was in the closet, in the old one, and just, moved it over, right? Well, I overthought it in terms of how I was going to do it, because it's like, yeah, you know what? It's crazy in the walk-in closet, and I'm using I actually had to cut this stuff down to have because there wasn't enough room for all of that shelving, so I had to actually cut it down and to make it fit. I figured, well, less shelving, less room to put stuff, and we're just getting rid of a bunch of the stuff anyways. And in the old closet, not one screw holding this thing up was in a stud.
Oh,
It's just in drywall?
Just in drywall, right? With anchors. So no big deal, right? So I was like, well, I don't have to like turn around and measure this out. This thing will be fine. So I turned around and I spent like all day Saturday getting it all set up, and it was totally done, right? And super excited. You get that, it's one of those days where you feel like you really accomplished something, and then quite literally at the end of the day, it all comes crashing down.
Oh, jeez.
it just all fell out of the wall?
It all just ripped right out of the wall.
Oh.
Saturday evening. So guess what I did on Sunday?
Put up
Deja vu.
Well, I used a few studs, every one of them I could, but I also had to do a bunch of plaster work, because when it busted out of the wall, it put like holes like the size of golf balls in the drywall.
Yeah.
Oh, it was beautiful.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I broke the cardinal rule. I didn't use a stud. So now always use a stud. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Sean says another picture you sent makes sense.
Oh yeah. It was brutal. I mean, it was funny as hell, but it was one of those things where, you get finished with it, and then I'm in my office and I just hear this crash, I go running into the bedroom. I look at it. Here's like, the rods, the shelving, all that stuff, all the clothes hanging on it, just laying on the floor. I just turned around, walked away. My wife says, "What is it?" I said, and that's what I said. I said, "You ever have one of those days where you feel like you really got something accomplished and then it just all comes crashing down?" She goes, "Yeah, all the time." I said, "Well, yeah, it all came crashing down." She's like,
Benjamin says, "Hey Benjamin, it's really cool that you guys do these live videos. It's always fun for me as a collector to see what goes into the sketches that I chase. Hopefully you're getting something out of this as artists as well." Well, I'll tell you what we are getting is some really good tips on how not to do stuff at home.
"Yeah, how to use a stud. You
Yeah.
always use a stud."
Always use a stud.
Yeah.
2020 in a nutshell. Yeah. What's up, Sean?
Sean's got a thing going tonight too.
Yeah, they have their Thursday night, not Raw.
Yeah, so
Draw. No, that's Friday night draw. What's
No,
the Thursday one called?
they've got one on Thursday. It's like
That's
Blitz.
on Rodney's channel, right?
Yeah, that's on Rodney's, but I think Sean also has it on his.
Yeah, Rodney got his Kickstarter up a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it out yet. I listened to him the other day. Those guys talking about it the other day.
Yeah,
Sounds
that
pretty-
Roadkill Rampage looks pretty cool.
So I'm gonna go check that out.
So back to our topics of discussion that we prepared. So vigilantly.
Hello.
I can't remember what they were, but
I know. Hello, because I forgot what they were. I thought maybe Jay knew because since he's the one that brought it up, that there was like one right on the top of his head.
Oh yeah. There, did you guys we were talking? I know that like a couple guys were talking about like the newer shows that are on the Flicks of Net.
Oh, yep.
And I was watching it, and I think I was telling you, Andre, about that the Warrior Nun.
yeah.
Oh, what a disappointment.
Man, is it ever slow? I didn't finish it.
Well, it gets really, really good near the end, and then it was just the wrap up, the conclusion was like, but this isn't over yet. And it's not done in like that classic cliffhanger way where, okay, cool, I want to, it's not like, it wasn't like, ooh, I can't wait to see next season. It was more like, ooh, I can't wait to see the next episode. But they just dropped it there. It's like, wait a minute, you still got at least a couple more episodes here. So
I couldn't get through it.
So I finished that off, and I was like, okay, I was a little disappointed in the ending of that. I thought once it got going, I thought it was on fire. So then I heard, Rodney and Sean talking about what the old guard.
Oh yeah, we saw that. On Friday.
Okay, now that was legit, but I didn't
That
know
was so good. Oh man.
So was that supposed to be released in the theaters?
No.
Really? It was going to go straight to Netflix.
That was something that Netflix produced.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. And there's another one coming out called Powers with Jamie Foxx and Gordon Levitt or Hewitt Levitt, where it's similar concept as Limitless, where there's a pill that unlocks your potential. Yeah. Well, what it does, it's kind of like Limitless meets the X-Men, because you take this pill and it unlocks the superpower. So you never know what you're gonna get. You might fly, you might walk through buildings, you might just get something weird like you can smell cat urine. I don't know, right? But it looks good, like high production value.
But yeah, I was
That one
really
was supposed to be in theaters though. Mike Mary Cher Wheeler says the Lucas is loving your creation. Says it's Captain America.
Oh, hey, Mary, how are you? Look at that.
Oh, and Stephanie says Rodney's Kickstarter got fully funded this afternoon. That's awesome.
Nice.
They had he was on some live stream that I don't know, but it was on his channel, so I watched it, and they were at like 450, 480 during the stream yesterday around noon.
Was it Amanda Gilliam presents?
No, it was two guys.
Oh, that was Brett and Scott.
Good.
Yeah, it was Odd Musings.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was new to me. It popped up on Rodney's feed, so I was like, "Oh, I could listen to a stream."
Yeah, those are good guys. They have a podcast, like a weekly podcast that they do, and it's like it's all done like in a professional studio and stuff.
Wow.
I don't know what hookup they got to do that, but
Jonathan says he already has that superpower. He smelled quite a bit of cat urine. There you go. You've unlocked your inner potential. You've peaked. It's all downhill from here, son.
well, that's because he feeds all the strays.
Yeah, but now going back to the old guard, that this might be if Netflix plays their cards right, they might, or they're hopefully trying to make this their franchise.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because they did leave it off with not that it was a big surprise, right? As to where it would be, but they did leave it off as okay. There's more to this story.
Oh, yeah,
Now it's going to be interesting to see if they follow through with a movie or a series.
Well, they certainly have the option to do a series because what the biggest brand name was Charlize,
and I think I saw her as an executive producer on it, so it would be in her best interest to push it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
No.
But I was saying before, like I watched it and I was like, okay, this kind of looks cool, but I didn't really have very high hopes because a lot of titles that go straight to Netflix, unfortunately, it's hit and miss. Like the one with Ryan Reynolds, which was really a high budget production.
Oh, the
Michael
one
Bay.
by Michael Mann.
Yeah, the Six Under or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I actually liked that.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't his best action work, right? Like he plays the same kind of persona as the hitman's bodyguard.
Right.
Right sense of humor and kind of like I'm really good at what I do, but I don't really care.
Right.
And the action was really top notch. Like that car chase at the beginning was something else.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Alfa Romeo and used in their European car commercials. So they really double dipped in that one. But it wasn't bad. It just wasn't like if that movie went to theaters, it would have probably not done very well.
Yeah, it would have been a dud.
It would have been like a Olympus Has Fallen type of movie, right? Like a late August release, some random action. But the old guard, that would have done some business.
Yeah. Now, forgive me for my stupidity, but how long of a comic run was it? Or was it just a one-shot graphic novel?
I don't know. I never actually looked it up. I've never heard of it.
All right, so it wasn't just me then. All right.
Well, a lot of things like was the other one that had Umbrella Academy, right? Have you ever seen that?
I haven't seen it, but I knew of the comic and that Dark Horse was the publisher. I think I saw one.
okay. Yeah, that's something
And
I'd never heard of, but I mean, in my not really defense, but to kind of position where I am, I never knew Kick-Ass was a comic till the movie came out.
yeah, same
So,
here.
yeah, a little detached from reality.
Because then, if we're talking about Netflix, did you guys ever finish all of the Defender different series?
Oh yeah,
I
yep.
don't think I finished Jessica Jones season 2. Was there season 2?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
That was the one with her mom.
I just can't bring myself to watch the second season of Iron Fist. I just can't do it.
It's actually better than the first.
Well, that's not saying a whole lot.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
but
I didn't. Yeah, I
better.
did not finish watching that. Luke Cage was good.
Yes.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I would have. And Punisher was good. The first season of Daredevil was really good, which kind of what spun it all off. But
I think that I liked. I was a little disappointed in the third season of Daredevil. I liked the second season a lot.
is the third one? Third one's with Elektra, right?
No, the third one's with
Bullseye.
spoiler alert. Hello.
Okay, I haven't watched season 3.
A known fact.
But yeah, it's yeah. So and it was, I don't know, it was a little funky monkey, but it all like it was like immediately after Defenders is when it takes place.
So, spoiler alert: everyone thinks he's dead.
Oh yeah,
Okay, but he's not really dead.
no, which you saw at the end of Defenders, but
Well, hence the reason there's a third season of Daredevil. It would be pretty boring if there was a third season of Daredevil and he was dead.
it would just be Karen Page walking around whining about stuff.
Yeah. Foggy looking for work.
And getting haircuts. Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
So what else were our topics? Favorite? Oh yeah, that's what it was. Favorite comic book adaptation movie, MCU or not?
That was the topic? I don't remember that one.
All right, he
Well,
brought
that's what
it
we
up
talked about.
in
Oh, okay.
private message. See, that's a. I mean,
Do we have
so
to
many,
be... Oh, go ahead.
there's so many different parameters in terms of, okay, what's a, you know, if you want to say, oh, best movie, it's like, you know, it could be, you know, History of Violence, it could be Road to Perdition, things like that.
Yeah, Joker.
But do we have to be topical, like since we're on social media and we can only talk about movies that were made like in the past 10 years or so? Or can we be the old guys and talk about the older ones?
Oh, you can totally do. I mean,
All right. So then the greatest one ever made of all time would be Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve. Because you can never, at that time when they were throwing those buses around and they were having that street fight, that was just like amazing.
and technically you could roll 1 and 2 together since they were both filmed at the same time.
True. But that was just, I remember when that came out, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah, because that came out right on the heels of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you already had your mind blown with Star Wars, and then you got Superman. It's like, all right, how are you going to top it? You know?
Superman 2.
Yep.
So that, yeah, the I would agree that, you know, as far as like the classic superhero type movie, Superman's definitely up there. But I mean, everything is so, you know, it depends on, like, again, in what way you're looking at it, and and things like that. Like,
Well,
you know,
it's your personal preference. So if you want to say the Adam West Batman movie, you know, that's your personal choice. It's not a good choice per se, but you know, that's your personal choice.
you just don't like shark repellent.
No,
I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't. Yeah, actually didn't give it a whole lot of thought. I think, I mean, as a kid, you know, I mean, if you want to look at like stuff that, you know, really kind of touched you as a kid, it would definitely be like, for me, it would be the Superman movies with Christopher Reeve, and then, you know, even the uh like the old Spider-Man TV movies with the kid from Sound of Music. Is it Nicholas Hammond?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
way before my time.
So you had Nicholas Hammond. They did like a couple of Spider-Man like TV movies, and then there was then you had the old TV show, the old Captain America TV show. Then Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, Lou
No,
Ferrigno,
but we're talking movies only. You can't go into TV because then you're gonna talk about The Shadow
oh yeah.
and those.
All right, so I'm skipping around. Jay, were you at the Baltimore Comic Con the year that they had the Linda Carter concert?
I don't know. I only went there once.
Oh, okay.
Remember there was a Ravens
Tommy.
game.
So it was a couple. I can't remember what year it was, but they had a Linda Carter concert one night, and you know, of course, it was an extra ticket you had to buy and a VIP experience and stuff like that. So we went, and it was in an auditorium not too far from the convention center.
Yeah.
And she was hammered.
Nice.
It was crazy. And when she first started singing, Sherry turned to me and she goes, is she drunk? And then she would go on with these stories between the songs, and it was, oh my gosh, it was memorable.
So it was like a Neil Diamond concert.
I've never been to Neil Diamond concert, so I couldn't help you with that.
Oh, dude, he forgets his own lyrics. It's great.
Really?
Tommy's joined and he's excited about Archangel. Told you.
Oh, thank you, Tommy.
Let's see. You know what? As far as, oh man, I don't know. Best I think of all time is definitely Superman. My personal favorite, I don't know. I mean, they're all so different in different ways. You know, like I liked like obviously like the Deadpool movies were pretty darn good, but that's, you know, from the comedic side of things.
They're entertaining. Yeah.
I mean, I really liked I liked what they did with like Captain America First Adventure, with it being a period piece.
Yeah.
I thought that was, you know, a very smart move. However, you know, they could have done a little bit better with some of the, you know, like the Red Skull, and, you know, a little more, you know, head to head type stuff, you know, kind of bring it back to the comics, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, for instance, I think that for the MCU though, I mean, it's hard to top as that, you know, starting that thing off. Iron Man was fantastic.
Iron Man's a masterpiece.
But I see the problem with, and I like what they did, where how they updated, you know, the origin and all that stuff. I thought it was great. But the problem I have with like a lot of the MCU movies, especially when it comes to like the Avenger movies, where it's just them, their own movies, is that they're kind of lacking in terms of the villains. Like Iron Man was awesome, but Ironmonger sucked. Iron Man 2, Whiplash sucked. I mean, it's like just give them a little more. Even with I wasn't incredibly thrilled with Vulture and Homecoming. I mean, they're good movies, but it's like somehow they just dropped the ball on the villains.
Well, look at Electro in Amazing Spider-Man or whatever that one's called.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, don't be cutting Mickey Rooney short like that. That was awesome. He was pretty good.
Mickey Rooney?
Or not Mickey Rooney. You know what I meant.
Rourke?
Thank you.
Mickey Rooney. Wasn't he in that?
Never mind.
It never happened.
Never happened.
That Andy Rooney was really good. Hello?
I love him as the Green Lantern.
Nice. Another, actually, a pretty good movie. I mean, it wouldn't be up there in the top movies, but that it was quote unquote a comic book movie. Totally not like the comic book. Was Wanted.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
That wasn't anything like the book.
There's another franchise that never took off.
Well, because they should have stuck with the super villain thing in the book instead of trying to do the assassin thing.
There was that, like around that time, there was a whole like slew of movies that came out that were kind of independent comic books. The Rejects, is that what it's called? It's kind of like the 18 with
no, it was I have it. Hi. Oh man, I'm looking for it in my shelf, but yeah, it's the one with Chris Evans, Idris Elba.
Yeah, that's the one.
Dean Morgan.
Yeah. There was that one. There was Wanted. Kick-Ass came out around the same time. There's another one that I don't think was a comic book. It was just kind of a superhero thing called not Oracle. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. The director ended up doing Fantastic Four, the one that's F-Stick. That one?
Yeah, I gotta find this thing now. This is gonna bug the hell.
It was about 3 teenagers that find a meteor, and it's all like handycam, like documentary style. They find a meteor, then they get powers, and then one of them goes bad. I don't know if it was ever a comic book, but that was pretty good. It had some really cool special effects. And then the MCU came around and basically killed all these independent published movies. While you do that, Logan was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, Logan was good. Yo,
Logan
Jay, tell the audience what you're drawing.
What am I drawing?
No, Jay.
Jay.
Oh, Dialogue.
Dialogue.
See, so you were, who was asking? I'm getting lost here.
Tommy.
Was. So there you go, Tommy. You were right.
Oh. Sorry, I was looking for that darn movie and I can't find it for some reason. Because now it's going to bug the heck out of me.
Chronicle is the one I'm talking about with the kids getting superpower. I don't think that was ever a comic book. That was a fun one. Not to be confused with the Chronicles of Narnia. Am I gonna have to Google this, Jay?
Well, all of my, I would do it. Yeah, just IMDb. What is it?
Yeah, I'm on it. The Losers.
The Loser. That's it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, because gosh, why am I losing? Zoe Saldana was in that too.
Yeah, she's in it. Yeah, Idris Elba. Who else? Jason Patrick. See who else has been in superhero stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, that was a fun one, but it was like a low budget. Low budget A-Team, which was actually better than the A-Team remake with Liam Neeson.
I enjoyed the 18, but I also enjoyed Battleship, so I'm easy to please.
Apparently.
Let's go with red.
Oh, wasn't one of the other topics that we wanted to talk about what kind of wood burns best?
Yeah, it's not particle board. Yeah.
Is that why you were burning furniture? It's starting to make sense now.
No, it was no, we had we got like a tree in our front yard that's like it branches off like right at the base. It's almost like a couple trees. And like one of the trunks basically is just dead, right? So we turn around and cut off some of the dead stuff and just threw it in the garden. But in doing some of the other spring cleaning and stuff, had a bunch of stuff kind of floating around the house where it's like it's just easier to burn it in the garden and be done with it, since I didn't plant anything, because of the Rona. So
Yeah.
What?
yeah,
Wait,
I didn't plant anything. So
because there's a pandemic.
well, because at the time, when you can get the plants,
Yeah.
the plant, there was like nothing was open, so you couldn't. And of course, the laws were like, I mean, people were getting tickets for going to Home Depot and getting mulch.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Saying that's not essential. So it's like, well, clearly buying flowers and stuff is not essential.
Because I was going to say, if anything during a pandemic, you should be planting a garden to make you have vegetables.
I didn't start with seeds early on. I dropped the ball this year, and then so I was just going to go ahead and get plants, and then the whole thing kind of and then start from there. But anyways, so there was like some plywood stuff from like a bunk bed and stuff like that. So it's like, you know what? It's all pine anyways. Just burn it up.
Let it up.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff, all the other, the particle wood stuff and all that stuff, I just turned around and busted a skill saw out and then chucked it in the garbage. Looks like Dad's here.
Dad?
Howard.
Oh.
Oh my God. Hey, Dad. How are you? I can't believe my dad's here. Everybody say hi to my dad, Howard.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Howard.
Sitting at home in Omaha, Nebraska, enjoying the hot, humid weather in Nebraska.
Nice.
This would be a good time to ask if he's got any embarrassing stories that he'd like to.
Yeah, plenty, I'm sure.
That's awesome, though. Pop them on.
And Dad, I'll call you guys tonight. I know Jan's there, so I'll give you guys a call and we'll catch up. But my sister from Minnesota is visiting them right now, so I'll have to give them a call.
Very nice.
Hello?
Hello? He would have plenty of stories to tell you how when I was going to college, he would get so frustrated with me that when I would get my grades, you know, art classes, all A+, A, you know, 4.0 grade point average. And then all the other classes were C's. And he's like, can you get something besides a C in one of the other classes? And I was like, no, it doesn't matter. I just need to get my credits for it. I really don't care. And that would drive him crazy.
Doesn't apply.
So you went to art school?
No, I went to a regular university, Central Connecticut State University, and a degree in graphic design with a minor in illustration.
Nice. Did you have something to say about that?
No, I was just trying to figure out what I'm doing next. It was the losers.
Yeah, we covered that.
Been there, done that.
Hello?
Yeah, so did you guys end up watching Hancock?
Yes.
What?
Recently or ever?
Well, I thought either both of you or one of you guys said they hadn't watched Hancock ever.
Oh, that was me, and I still haven't seen it yet.
It's good. It's really good. Charlize Theron again. Then I can't go wrong there.
And Jason Bateman.
And Will Smith.
Oh, yeah. Him too.
Yeah, he's the lead. But it really is like Jason Bateman, I don't want to say carries the movie, but he elevates it.
Kind of like, what was it in Paul?
The one with the little alien?
Yeah. He was great in that.
Tommy says he tried to give Jay Lynn's. No, let me rephrase that. Jay Lynn, I try to give my 4 and 10-year-olds the highlights from your color theory. They were not nearly as impressed as I was.
Huh. Was it because it was my theory or just color theory? There's a difference.
Color theory, according to Jalen Warner.
Stay inside the lines, kids.
When did you give a color theory class?
I didn't give a color theory class. I think somebody had asked in the comments, like, why are you using green?
Oh.
Or something along those lines. Or it might have been, you know what? I think it was Andre, I think it was like the orange or something behind the Green Goblin, or there was something that I don't remember. But
yeah, I don't remember what it was, but we went into color. I know what it was. It was that the color was popping so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's not really popping so much as the contrast with from the foreground to the background, because I remember I cut out a napkin.
Right. And then it was, yeah, we were just talking about complementary colors and how you can use them to make things kind of pop.
There you go. All right.
I'm a little disappointed that you had to ask that, Michael. I mean,
Yeah, having a degree in it and all.
I wasn't asking you to teach me about color theory. I was asking
Where do I sign up?
implied all of your knowledge upon the masses of your knowledge of color theory.
Yeah, dude. This is something I learned like 10 minutes ago.
And then I was upset that I missed it, and that maybe if there was a way I could go back and listen to it, and then I would just be that much smarter.
I think it was one of the free draws. It might have been the one where I did the Doctor Doom.
he says, "Oh, it was the Deathlock card." So I think that was your last Wednesday's video. I think.
Yeah, not.
Was it
Yeah.
Doom? I don't know. There was the one time I actually finished something on air. That's all I remember. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely all about the presentation, Tommy. You just haven't watched the video.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's no real words of wisdom. Surprise, surprise.
He's almost done his card.
What's
What?
that? Hello?
Munshaw.
Yeah, what?
He's almost done his card.
Isn't that the whole idea of these things? We want the people to tune in, see a card being created from scratch to finish. Is that not our goal?
No.
Ah.
It's color theory to the masses.
Well, I'll prepare my color wheel in that class for the next time.
That's
Yes.
not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
Rusty, what's up?
Oh, the feed might have stalled.
Oh, yeah.
It's still going through StreamYard, so I don't know if Facebook's being silly. Anyway.
Brian broke it.
You only have 6 viewers at a time. Yeah, it looks like Facebook is having some issues. Hang on, I'll kick back in. Let me check if it's still going on YouTube. You on YouTube? Yeah, it's still going on YouTube, so it's Facebook being. Let me post a comment.
It might pop back up. Either that or Norrin pulled the plug.
Does Facebook have a time limit on theirs?
Don't think so.
We've gone 2 hours without an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, people are refreshing. It's weird.
Yeah, no, and your message just popped up. So the stream, I mean, the actual messaging is still going.
Yeah, and like I said, it's still live on YouTube. So we'll just give it a minute. What time is it anyway? 7:30. Okay. Yeah. So Michael, there's no real.
I'm missing the score. Adam Eaton hit a solo home run in the bottom of the first. The Nationals still trail the Yankees 2-1. Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh, Brian says we're good.
That's are we though? Yeah, I forget what I was gonna say.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I just popped out of Oh no, it froze up on me again too. Broadcast interrupted. Oh,
No, it's going. Oh, I was
yeah.
gonna say you don't have to finish a card, but I mean the fact that you do just shows. Yeah, it's fine now. Just shows your level of professionalism and dedication to the craft.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. I'm just trying to deliver to the Marvel card collectors group what they want. That's all.
Well, no, because then you would do Fat Thor, but that's okay.
You do you, man.
Yeah, Facebook is definitely having some issues, but it seems to be back on now. So um Michael, you're still open for commissions and whatnot, right?
Yeah. I'm wrapping up a small project right now, and I should be done with it by this weekend. And then I have my next real deadline isn't for quite a while. So yeah, so I'm still open for commissions. I still got plenty. I shouldn't say plenty. I have 3 Marvel Premiere blank APs. If anyone's interested in wanting to do Marvel Premiere AP, reach out to me. We can do something with that. And then of course, any sketch covers or sketch cards you want done, certainly we can talk about that.
And Josh, you open for business?
Yeah, always. Yeah, I've got right at the moment nothing really pressing. I've just been trying to stockpile artwork. I'm planning on doing a live draw, or not live draw, like what was it, claim sale?
Live
On
auction?
my not an auction, just a claim sale. So I'll just post stuff on my Facebook page, and then people can claim it. I'll price everything out, and people can claim it and stuff like that. But I've got a sale going on right now with my art rep, so I don't want to like step on his toes right at the moment. Even though I'm gonna be, I'm doing. It's probably gonna be like a bunch of paintings and original pieces and stuff, and I just want to give him time to do his thing, and then it's like before I start my sale, which is different stuff. But yeah, right now I've just been kind of trying to stockpile artwork, just get a bunch of stuff done, and so I can post it, and then probably end up posting that Thor piece.
Jane Foster?
Yeah, and then I got that new piece that I want to work on, which is going to be super fun. Yet it's funny because you had mentioned, hey, maybe the next thing you should do is like Swamp Thing versus Man Thing, and my comment was, I don't want to do anything hard after doing the Jane Thor, and then it turns out that this is going to be much harder than Man Thing. So
All right, Dre, this is your turn now to say that you're open for commissions.
I'm not.
What?
No, I'm always open for commissions. It's just that it's going to be a little bit of a wait while I'm working on a set now, and I have some outstanding pieces that I need to finish, including Venomized Thor, which I don't know why. No, not Venomized Thor, Venomized Gambit, but Venomized Thor. Write that down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which kind of makes me wonder why I started this piece now. And then I need to. So I'm open for commissions. I don't know how many APs I have left. I need to kind of do a inventory and go back to some people that claimed them in advance to see if they still want them.
Mm-hmm.
So probably within the next 3 weeks, I'll start reaching out to people that in the past said that they want APs and see what's available. But yeah. And I'm gonna start doing sketch covers eventually. See what that's all about. Dip my toe in that market.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Very wise old man told me that I should try it.
Munshaw, is that what you said? Hello?
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 Hello? Yeah, I'm waiting for a word on see if another set comes along.
Yeah, I mean, somebody reached out to me like 10 minutes before I went on the stream because
Yeah.
I have APs out for approval since January and February. And the natives are starting to get a little restless, and I can understand why. But there doesn't seem like anything got approved this year from an AP side. Anyone that I've talked to, I don't know if you guys had. Well, I think
I haven't heard any.
Michael, have you had anything approved this year?
Yeah, I got some APs from Marvel Premiere approved a few months ago. I think it was 4 of them that I sent in, and all of them were approved. And I currently have, I submitted 3 more a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't heard anything. That'll be quite a while, you know that.
But when did you send out the ones that got approved? The first 4?
Boy, when? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Time has no meaning anymore during this pandemic. So
was it this year?
When did we do the first wave of Marvel Premiere? That was like around the holidays, was it not? Or was it even before that?
Spring last year.
Was it spring last year? Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, it was when well, no, because I heard it was, so that was in, so I probably submitted them around the holidays then. And then I heard back with approval on them probably, well, we've been in pandemic lockdown for 3 months, so probably about 4 months ago or so.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I had some that went out for approval like right before Christmas, and they got approved in February.
Mm-hmm.
And then it sent some stuff out for approval. Like, actually, I had sent 3 batches: January, February, and March, and it's been Christmas on all of them. So, if you're watching and you're waiting for your APs to be approved, it's not my fault.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Nope.
Hello.
I gotta wrap it up soon. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta wrap it up soon because I gotta get some groceries done.
All right, I got a storm rolling in. The lightning just struck not too far from here, so I'm gonna get off too.
All right. Are you outside?
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. As always, it's been a pleasure. We need to do this again.
Yeah, for sure. Let me know when.
Here's a quick question. Mike,
Yes.
is that available for sale?
Yes. For anybody that would like this Archangel personal sketch card done with that back, nice and thick card stock, except I can't do my camera angle right. Anyway, take my word for it. Yes, please feel to direct message me if you would like to own this Archangel.
There you go. Dre?
Hi. Hello?
Hello? Hi.
Yeah, whenever this is done in 2023, it'll go up for sale.
Nice. And then same here. Psylocke's available.
Yeah.
So. And
then just thank you to everybody that tuned in and that were a part of it, especially my father. So thanks, Dad.
Michael Munshaw, I love it.
Papa Munshaw.
Brian, Tommy, Jonathan, Amanda. Sorry if I'm missing you on. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
We need some sort of like exit music to play now.
Josh?
Let me think of something. Yeah, I got nothing.
Oh, all right, we'll do better next time then.
Okay, do the-
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Take care.